Welcome back to the Coding Fanatic YouTube channel. I'm your host, Richard Clark, and I am a full-stack Android developer with a focus on efficiency. That means when it comes to learning new skills, working on projects, or even working with coworkers, everything I do is all about the most efficient way to get the work done. And here, I teach you all how to do the same. If that sounds like content you are interested in, then hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see when I upload new videos like this each week. Picking up where I left off last time, I ran into an issue when implementing the Firebase and real-time database SDKs into the Salesman's travel app. It's my first app that I have up on the Play Store, and I wanted to set it up so that I could pull information from a real-time database on the back end to display all the information within the app. Unfortunately, there was some issue with the Android manifests not merging properly. So I tried using one of the suggested solutions that came up in Android Studio last week, and that didn't work. So I took to DuckDuckGo. I did some research, and I dug up a very interesting solution. Luckily for me, someone else ran into the exact same problems I was having, and every time they tried to get their app up and running and they tried to build it, they were getting some sort of migration error. So it turns out the only way to fix it is to migrate their project to Androidx. Now, I had a hunch that Google was to blame for this. And technically I was right. And I'm going to loop back around to that in a bit. But I saw this as a potential fix, so I backed up my project and I migrated everything over to Androidx. Tried to build the project, and sure enough, it worked. So, what do we learn from all this? For starters, the Androidx support library has access to more up-to-date support library APIs for Android projects, so it allows you to import different classes using a new naming convention. My project, I started this thing almost 2 years ago, and it was well before Android Studio started integrating Androidx or migrating projects to Androidx by default. So this is why, even though I did the same work in a newer app, I didn't run into this issue. But when I tried to import the real-time database SDK and the Firebase SDK, I still needed to migrate my project to Androidx in order to actually implement those dependencies. That's the reason why, even though I followed the tutorial to a T, I ran into this issue when trying to sync my project last week. So I did say it was Google is to blame for this one. Technically I'm right, because my project didn't automatically update to Androidx, and there was no warning up until now for my project to update. So if I'd known, I would have migrated it sooner and I could have avoided this whole thing. But it's all good, Google, I forgive you. I'll keep building Android apps. It's cool. You're forgiven this time. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, I just Googled the issue that I was having with the migrate errors, and immediately I found a solution with someone who had the exact same problem, and I found the best solution possible, and I learned a little bit something about this update in Android Studio. So even if you look at the code itself, you can see changes. Like, I went into GitHub after I migrated the project and pushed it up and everything, and I saw there were a few lines in the class files in my project where you could see it was importing from the Androidx class, it was importing it from an Androidx class name instead of the typical Android dot whatever. So I can definitely see the changes, and I have a better understanding of what Androidx is. So all in all, this was a really good learning experience, and hopefully this is the last one that will pop up on me while I'm getting ready to implement Firebase into this project. So the next step for me will be to just create the database, or add the entries into the database, and then add the code that I need in order to actually pull that information in and tweak the logic so that it can interact with the information that's being pulled in appropriately. And yeah, after that, that should do it. So that being said, once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Are you familiar with Androidx? You should be by now, right? I mean, it came out in late 2018. But if you're not, I suggest migrating your projects over to Androidx immediately if you haven't already. I might be a little late to the party, but somewhere out there, somebody's later than me. So to you out there, make sure you migrate to Androidx ASAP. And this way you won't run into these issues like I did. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. And I have a link to the Salesman's Travel project right now. It's in the description below. So, go ahead, download it, try to run it, sync it, build the app on your computer. Let me know what you think. What are some changes that you would make? What are some things that you suggest? Right now, I'm just, like I said, adding in this database support so that I don't have these hard-coded strings for addresses that are displayed in the app. Yeah, so anyway, that's enough for now. Thank you all again for tuning in. This is Richard Clark signing out. And head over to the Coding Fanatic website and join the mailing list. And you'll be the first to get updates like these before it even hits YouTube or my Twitter or LinkedIn account or anything like that. And also, I started an Instagram page. I thought that it'd be cool to show some of the just behind the scenes stuff to how I'm living or how I'm doing things here at Coding Fanatic. Recently put a video of me cleaning my mechanical keyboard because I thought that might be something interesting for people. Is it interesting? Let me know. It's good to spread across different platforms. So I'm gonna try it out and see where it goes. But yeah, that being said, again, thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, join the mailing list so you're first to get updated, and follow me on the social media links below. Anyway, this is Richard Clark signing out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.